Welcome back. Uh, we were talking to our distinguished guest, Mr. Abbas Faiz, about a lot of things, human rights situation in Asia, in Middle East, and the refugee situation, particularly in Near East and Europe. The refugee situation, I understand, is there is a crisis in the Mediterranean, Middle East, Arab world, Asia, Burma, Myanmar, also in Eritrea, in some parts of the African continent. And yet, this has been going on. This is not just yesterday, day before yesterday, last year, or the year before that. It's been going on. And it seems to be a perennial, continuous problem. But everybody wants to be on the boat of European Union. How do you see this?
As I said before, I think those who get on those boats, the majority of them have no option, really. And we cannot blame them. They want to leave a situation that is not acceptable to them. They cannot survive. But as I again mentioned earlier, unfortunately, there is an army of, kind of crooks and
exploiting the situation.
Yes, and international criminal gangs who exploit the situation. The thing is that, when in political science, we call this political economy of war.
Yep.
Because it is just a web, it is a huge web of international criminal gangs, kind of weapons factories,
arms traders,
all of these people are actually ganging up together to ensure that those wars continue and people become homeless.
It's good for their business.
Because it is good for their business. So, and of course, we are dealing with governments that, even when they are in peace, they don't like to allow any dialogue within their communities about the situation. When they are at war, if you actually try to explain to them that, look, you've got a responsibility, you've got to try, to the extent that you can to stop these wars, they will say, oh, no, you are our enemy because you are criticizing us. So the wars actually create a situation for these dictatorial, autocratic governments to always blame the enemy. Whereas, nobody, people of a country are not the enemy of their governments.
They love their country.
They love their country. That's why they are there. And, and if they leave their country, it's because the governments and the opposition groups and the international community have failed to bring about a solution to the problem.
And that creates a void, a suspense, you see. And maybe when 100,000 people leave, you see, somebody else takes their place, you see. Absolutely. They may be worse people. They might do something worse and bring along more calamity to the nation, see.
They will certainly do that. Because as I said, these armed groups try to exploit the situation. So they'll put, kind of drug traders within their fold. They will put possibly, some terrorists are likely to come. But the answer is not to stop everybody.
Right.
You've got to stop, you've got to have a system that identifies who is the right person to enter.
Yeah. Abbas, briefly, I would like you to say something about what is the situation along Bangladesh-Myanmar border.
Yeah.
It's a very porous border.
It is a porous border, and it has been like that for a very long time. We know that the people who are actually coming from Myanmar, they call themselves refugees, but the government of Bangladesh says that they are not refugees. The United Nations, doesn't have a very clear idea of what they are. So it is there. As I say, these situations, when you don't sort them out, and it is not just that situation. The situation of Biharis in Bangladesh is more or less the same because, their situation is not sorted out. The Rohingya situation is not sorted out. And it is in the interest of some people to really leave the issue unaddressed. So I believe that, you know, it is possible to actually work out a...
Overall, are you positive? Are you optimistic about the whole situation?
Well, you know, for example, for the situation of Rohingyas in Bangladesh to be sorted out, Saudi Arabia has got to come into the, you know, play. Bangladesh has got to really take very serious and interesting and important, and at the same time really creative initiatives. The Myanmar government has got to, you know, be cooperative, you know, all of these things, and also, you know, the people, representatives of the communities, Rohingya communities, they've got to also have a say in how things are happening. But at the moment, you know, we've got a situation where parts of the community are supporting one government in the region, the other part are supporting another government, and then some are not quite sure which government to support. Some even don't want to go back to Myanmar, but they're not allowed to go back to Myanmar. So we've got really a situation, very complex situation there, which will continue unless it is addressed by everybody.
What can UNHCR do in this situation?
UNHCR has got to work out why these people are in Bangladesh. So that is the first thing that they've got to do. And we know that, you know, there are some problems in Myanmar. There are attacks against, you know, people who, of course, you know, these people originally had some connection with Bangladesh and then went to Myanmar and then came back and all of those things. So, and there are attacks within Myanmar, you know, communal attacks, for example, attacks by Buddhists against, you know, other communities. And
Buddhists are supposed to be real pacifists. They don't attack anybody.
But not in Myanmar. They are not like that in Myanmar.
Well, it was a pleasure having you, Abbas. Honor.
Thank you.
And I hope that you have good luck in your consultancy and bring peace to the world.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure having you.
All the best.
Thank you very much for being with us, and we hope that you have enjoyed the show as much as we have. And we hope that good sense will prevail, and governments, wherever they are, they will talk to other parties and come to some sort of a conclusion and try to solve the problem. And unless we understand that there is a problem, we cannot solve it. So first, distinguish and recognize that there is a problem. Thank you for being with us. Same time, same channel next week with another distinguished guest. See you.